why we need to rely on God when we're using those gifts and some of the things He gives us. And one of the things was He gives us His godly power, His godly wisdom, and the one that hurt the most for me is His godly love. Because no matter how much I don't want to see some of those people come tomorrow morning, I've got to stand in God's love. And the way it stated it in today's lesson was the fact that He gives us the love to know what's best for that person and how to pray for that person, what to do for that person, and He gives us the wisdom of knowing when to do for that person. And it's like, what if I don't want to do for that person?
I have one on my best one.
And so, so I've got to start putting on my godly eyes, I guess, is what I'm going to have to start praying for more than anything, is, Lord, don't let me see that administrator. Let me see that child that You see.
See with your eyes, not my own.
Yeah, I want to see with God. I want to see that child, that hurting, painful child that needs God's love, not that tantrum adult that's causing me problems. And maybe I can better understand where they're coming from. And Lord, may I better empathize with them, because I don't know what happened to them that morning.
Right.
When they came in and decided to chew me out.
Right.
You become a sounding board for their frustrations.
I don't know what their boss is saying to them. And I can't even control what other co-workers may have said to this person about me.
Right.
And I can't control what this person's thought process is, or who they believe, who they don't believe, I can't control any of that.
And they may not have the capabilities you and Todd have, taking turns of being angry. They may both be angry at home.
True.
And then they come to work carrying that suitcase or luggage.
Right.
And they're ready to vent.
Unleash on somebody.
Yeah.
Ready to fire.
Yeah. And so I think that's where I need to be right now, is to be praying to see those people through God's eyes and not mine.
Takes a great anointing.
And a great big gulp of humility, let me tell you.
Yes, it does.
It's like, God, get them. Just go get them, please.
You need to step out of your way.
And it's an out of my comfort zone thing, too. I mean, but, I do it every single day when my students get off that bus. And they're all riled up and everything else or whatever. I have the ability, God generally lets me see right through them, going, okay, this is not about you, Tabetha, this is about something that happened at home. This is about something that happened to a friend, so why can't I do that with the adults in my life, too? I learned to make that bigger step. And I know that God's not going to send me where He won't equip me, so obviously it's all right there. I just got to go with it. I love that Paul uses 3 examples. Portraits is what they actually call it in here. One being, and then of course, the athlete, how difficult it is. The discipline of an athlete is more than anyone can ever imagine. I do not call myself an athlete by any stretch of the imagination, but what I went through to train for that marathon, what I'm going through to train for my triathlon right now, is not something I ever thought I could do. And I remember in the race, of course I was pulled for the hypothermia, but there was another guy that he just couldn't do it. And when we were put in the SAG vehicle to take back, he was crying. He was just bawling his eyes that he couldn't finish it. And I remember the lady looking over him, and she'd finished several marathons. She was just a support team this year. And she looked at him, she goes, you know what, if everybody could do it, it wouldn't be worth doing and trying and working for.
Right.
And when she said that, that kind of hit me, it's like, you're right. If everybody could do it, why would we be working so hard?
It's not a challenge.
Yeah, what's the part? And, and I'm not saying that everybody can't do the Christianity thing, if you want to say it that way, but some choose not.
Right. I can't even walk 26.2 miles.
That I got. I can do that. As long as it's not, 30 degrees and cold and icy, snowy, rainy, whatever. The Christian walk is not an easy walk.
No.
It's not one for a weakling.
No.
Too many people expect it to be that.
They do, and they see you as a weakling because you're a Christian. But I don't. so many people do see us as weak because we're Christians, but
Yeah.
to walk this walk is not an easy, I mean, it would be so much easier for me to throw up my hands and go in there tomorrow morning and call my administrator everything but white and use every 4-letter word I could come up with. That would be so much easier for me, it really would.
Love, hope.
Yeah, but trying to use those 4-letter words.
Faith, oh.
Yeah.
Faith's fine.
Yeah, stuff.
I'm special,
Care.
I can't count anyway, it's okay. It's more difficult to try to take
Sure it is.
the higher road, as they say.
If it wasn't difficult, everybody could do it.
Exactly, and exactly what that woman had said, if everybody could do it, what would be the point? We wouldn't need God, to be honest with you. If everybody could do it, we'd have no need for God, if everything was easy.
That guy at Firestone that I got so upset with that I was ready to really clobber, and then went back and apologized for my temper. He said, you know, it takes a strong person to do that. And I said, yes, but everybody here thinks I'm weak because I'm a Christian. And he realized then that to be a Christian takes greater strength than it is to be a normal person.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. The other, he gives you 3 examples. One is the athlete, one's a soldier. And how a soldier is not supposed to get into the common stuff that's going on. You know, that a soldier has his goal, he's there for the war, he's there for this, I don't get involved with anything else. And I, of course, have never been at war, at least not on the battlefield, the military battlefield.
Yeah.
But I know from my ex-husband, when he came back, it was very difficult not to get caught up in what was going on in the everyday people, because he felt so sorry for them. And he had to remember that, you know, well, I'm here for this. I can't do this.
Right.
You know, I've got to keep focused. Soldier loses his focus, you lose that soldier. At the same time, a soldier also has a heart and a soul, and it's very difficult to, you know, our son is about ready to go into the military, and trying to explain to him that shooting that gun, knowing there's somebody on the other end of it, that you're ending that life, whether it be a life that's trying to kill you or not, is a whole heck of a lot different than that video game.
Yeah.
You know, whether you ever see that person or not, because he's even trying to do that unmanned drones, he'll never see the people he kills. But the thought in the back of his head is always still going to be there. And it's a difficult one for a lot of people
It is.
to deal with. It's one of those, if everybody could do it, it wouldn't be hurt. I could not be a soldier. I could not be in the military whatsoever. And I'm not one of those people saying, you can't be in the military, you shouldn't be in the military, you're killing people. I just know that in myself, I don't think I could deal with that fact that I've killed people. Innocent or not.
Right.
I couldn't be a cop. Knowing that there's a possibility that I would have to gun down a person, I couldn't pull that trigger. And again, so it's one of those jobs that you have to keep your focus in, you know, and separate. Because not everybody can do it.
Yeah.
And then the third one was being a farmer. And when I was reading this, I had to laugh. Has everyone here seen Holiday Inn? With Crosby? When he thinks he's going to take it easy and I'm just going to become a farmer. I'm giving up this stupid show life, but I'm going to be a farmer. And oh boy, 1 year of farm life, and he's ready to go. No more. Yes, when I read that, I totally thought of him, because farming is no place for a lazy person.
No, not at all. No.
Usually farmers get up early, and they do not stop until the sun goes down or even later. Farming is all year round, contrary to belief. Even if you're just a crop farmer, I don't mean just a crop farmer, but there's still so much to do in the winter to make sure your machinery is working, make sure your land is still good. I mean, it's not an easy job at all, and you have to have patience.
And sometimes they have to work a secular job while they're doing that too.
Absolutely, another job.
Yeah, some farmers do. Most of them around here don't. They've got those 6 figures coming in.
Well, and then the patience that goes along with that, though.
Oh, I
You
know.
plant,
I know.
and then you have to wait. Is it going to
It's
come up?
faith.
Is it not
It's
going to come
faith.
up? How much is going to come up? How
Yeah.
much of it's going to get destroyed?
Like
Is it
if
going to
it
rain? Is
rains.
it going to rain too much? Is it going to, I mean, can you just imagine the worries that go through your head as a livestock isn't any easier. I mean, you're still, is that pig or that cow going to be big enough to take? Is it gonna get sick? Is it ever gonna reach maturity? Is it, I mean, just, I can only imagine, yeah, horses even. The things that can go wrong with a horse are just,
In 4-H, when you buy a calf for show for the fair in August, you have to own it by January. And you buy a small calf, hoping it's gonna mature and be show style 8 months down the line, and you have no idea what.
it's almost like raising a child. You have one and have no idea what they're gonna turn into.
Yeah.
Those are the three things that Paul brought up, being a soldier, being an athlete, and being a farmer. That is the Christian walk right there in a nutshell. You've got to learn discipline. You've got to learn to keep going. You've got to learn patience. There's no room for laziness. Where does laziness get us as Christians?
Yeah.
In the middle of a huge pit, and you're looking up going, how did I ever get here?
Yeah.
Laziness in your prayer life, and I'm not trying to beat you over the head right now and say, you should be praying 24/7, and you should be reading your Bible. I'm not saying that. Y'all know what you need to be doing. But I also know from my own personal experience is when I let that slide because my life's gotten in the way, I find myself in those great big old pits looking up at God going, how did I get in? And God going, do you really want to know? Because you're not going to like the answer. Because it begins and ends with you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes, ma'am.
Laziness doesn't get us anywhere as far as shying away from the gospel.